Welcome back. This is John Locke, and today I'm answering a question. I found this on an SEO forum, but it deals with a national brand that's having some internal conflict. And as a result, they wanted to split their website into a couple different websites. And in this case, they had one domain that was a .com, but because of internal conflict in the company or whatever, some people couldn't agree on strategy. They are now splitting the website into a .com with their brand name and then a .net with their brand name. And the person that I seen in this forum, they were asking, are they really shooting themselves in the foot with this strategy? And the answer is yes. Now, the reason why this company is doing it, from what it sounds like, is they rank in the top 3 for some of their homepage keywords for their main site, the original site, the .com with their brand name. But they don't rank for some of these other terms, and especially outside of that area, outside of their home base area and in the surrounding states, and that's kind of their goal. But I have to tell you, they're going about it the entirely wrong way, and I will give you a real life example of this. Now, one of the very first SEO clients that I ever had, they were an industrial tool manufacturer. But what I saw initially is some of their competitors, they had more than one website. You know, some of them had one website, and these ones were usually at the top of the rankings. And they were usually national brands. There was a couple that were, regional that were pushing up as well, but you could get what they were selling on the site. But we noticed another competitor that was also in California, and they had this strategy, and they had a few different sites. And I think their concept was that by having different websites and by sheer volume, you'd have more chances of ranking at the top. And I guess that sounds good in theory, but how it worked in practice was totally different. Google is usually going to rank one site above all the rest if you have a bunch of fractured brand websites. So what I'm saying is, if you have a main brand and then you split off into different websites in an attempt to capture more of the search results pages by having just sheer volume of different sites, it's still not going to work, and it's probably going to work worse because one of them is still going to be favored above the rest. And usually, if you have similar resources and similar content on all these sites, the one that's the original site, or the one with the most authority, aka the most links coming into it from different websites in a similar category, that's going to be the one that wins, and that's going to be the one that ranks at the top. And this is what we've seen with this other competitor in California, is they had several different sites, and there was one, their old site was actually might even still be like really outdated looking, but it still ranked the best. But they had a newer site that was more geared toward e-commerce, which is the search intent of most of these keywords that we were trying to get. But it didn't really have any authority, and it didn't really have any links. And even though it had, a few here or there, it didn't do nearly as good in search as the original site. So this is what I'm saying to you. If you have this concept of building basically different brand sites for like a large regional or national or international brand, you're much better off with just having one site be the main site, because it's going to collect all those links. There's not going to be brand confusion. Google's not going to say there's similar resources on this, brandname.com, brandname.net, brandname.org. Which one do I rank? It's usually going to default to the one that already knows, and already trusts, and already has the most links and the most authority, and it has the most data on that already, which is going to be the original site. And these other ones are just going to basically, they're just going to be out there, and they might be somewhere in the search results, but they're probably not going to be very high. That's just a fact. So better to pool all the resources into one. So another client of mine as well, we have 2 brands. They acquired another brand at some point down the road. And the end goal is to merge the original website and the brand that they acquired into one website. That is the best way to do it, because all the links that you collect from the acquired brand, from the new website that you've started, and the original website all pool into one. That overall is going to be a win, because when that happens and when those brands all merge into one website, all the links that are coming in are all going to go to one domain instead of like several. So that's a win. So if you're thinking about this, if you're a big brand, if you're a national brand, it's going to be better. I mean, if you're launching a new site and it looks better and it's got better user experience than your old legacy site, you really need to think about how to combine that into this other site as well and bring up the user experience of your original site, because odds are, if you've been around for any amount of time, that original site has the most authority, it has the most links. Google's going to want to rank it the highest if it has good user experience and the right content on it. So those three things, remember the three legs of the table. We talked about that like way long ago. You know, the three legs of the table: having the right content on the site, having the right link profile, and having great user experience. You get those three things right, you're going to succeed at SEO. So I hope that answers this question. My name is John Locke. My business is Lockdown Design and SEO. I'm here on a pretty regular basis. I'm making videos about once every 2 or 3 days at this point, maybe like every other day. Slowed it down a bit, was doing everyday videos for over a year. We got up over 700 videos. I'm deciding to like slow it down just for a little bit right now. Maybe we'll kick it back up to daily videos at some point, but there's an extensive library. Like I said, over 700 videos. You know, if you have a question, there's probably an answer somewhere in there. And hey, I would love to see you subscribe, because we're going for 1,000 subscribers and we're getting very close to that goal. So join in. And again, we're making new videos all the time. That's all I have for now. Until next time, peace.